Hey, welcome back to Planet Zoo and my Mrembe park. And we're finishing off it today already, so quick series, but it's nice to watch, I guess, because, well, you see me building a lot in a short time period, and that might not always be the case in future videos. So, yeah, I'm just finishing off the path thing here. I thought it looked okay before, but like now it's all connected to the barrier borders, and it looks like one big plaza path situation, which I'm really happy with actually. Here I'm building a little new habitat for my warthogs and ostriches, and I really underestimated the size of the enclosure first. I thought, they don't need a lot of space, but apparently I didn't visit much very well maintained zoos, so I'm glad I'm learning something in this game. It's really actually very educational focused. Sometimes when I zoo it learns you a lot. There's like a giant zoopedia where it tells you what animals like what, and what herds or groups they live, and all that kind of jazz. Oh yeah, placing down the animals here. You see me placing another roofy roof. Yeah, the park looks very similar to each other. It's the same style. I choose something that looked alright, I guess, and was quick to build. So nothing too fancy, but it could it worked for like a small park like this. I guess in future I will be focusing more on buildings instead of like making a big zoo as quickly as possible. But then I can put more thought into what animals, what theming, what areas, stuff like that, and we can get a lot of cooler stuff. Now for you guys, it will all be just one video, right? But I'm gonna do. It's gonna be a lot of work for me, especially, well, Planet Zoo is so much management focused, and well, only if you play in franchise mode instead of sandbox mode. And well, Planet Coaster I always play the sandbox mode, except for some occasions, because challenge mode is actually quite fun. But it's so much harder in Planet Zoo. Well, maybe because of the bugs at the moment. There's a lot of them, as I said before. But yeah, here I'm making a bridge because that's what we needed. Well, you can. I didn't figure out how to make a tunnel for enclosure, so I just make a bridge on top of it because I didn't want the paths to go around too big of an area. You need to keep the flow of gas flowing throughout the park without them like need to walk too much. And this is a nice compromise. Well, the animals can just walk below it, right? So here, new habitat, gharials, or I never heard of a gharial before actually. They look like weird crocodiles or alligators with a bumpy nose. Yeah, why aren't the crocodiles in the game? I don't know. They will come probably. DLC. Hope-de-doo. Yeah. So, I didn't know if I explained this before, but every animal needs its own plants. And you can see in every habitat there's a different kind of plant. Well, the good thing about this zoo is like all the animals come around from the same area in Africa. So, they mostly need the same plants and foliage. Yeah, oh yeah, here, food court, little food court, because cats need to drink and eat, mostly drink in this park, because it's about 42 degrees in this park. Who would go to a zoo in this weather? Well, I don't know, people who are used to the temperature. I'm not. Here was some terrain I couldn't terraform, so I had to use planters, I don't know, the dirt patches. I'm so glad they're there, they look so good, and yeah. Finishing of the roof here, you can see how many staff facilities I fit in here. I connected the two buildings because, well, then it looks like one building, and yeah, magic. You can already see the people lining up for the shops is insane. So here I did the poly poles, I did an entrance too, and oh yeah, safari ride. I didn't even talk about that yet. Yeah, I built a safari ride because every zoo needs a safari ride, otherwise it's not as much of a fun zoo in my opinion. But it also kind of bugged out my game and started lagging a lot every few seconds, and was debating where should I keep it, should I let it go, but happy I kept it. Adds a lot of ground area to my park, and yeah, I actually sunk it below ground. You can do that if you disable the terrain collision and the track collision. You can also disable the scenery collision if you want, so you can play scenery along the track. Here, queue for it. There's actually only 2 rides in the beta build that have queues: the train and the safari ride. But I thought, hey, let's do a 2-level. It's fun, and then the guests in the queue can look out over the safari habitat. I thought it was pretty cool, but sadly enough, we can place donation boxes in queues, and guests don't actively see them like they do on normal paths. So, well, I guess that's good, because I don't know, should I have done that? Because in real life they will just stand there and queue and hold it up for a long time. Something to think about. Oh, here I built a hippo enclosure, and I forgot to hit the record button again, and my hard drive disk was full. But I'm glad I got at least this. So I made a giant underwater viewing platform, which doesn't look too good right now, but I'm gonna edit it later. Enlarging the hippo enclosure here because, well, they need the most space of like every animal in the game. Another thing I underestimated, even now it's too small, and now I'm enlarging it again, I think, and now it's big enough for 2 animals. But then they had a baby, and then the baby needed a lot of more space, so I guess that can be fixed later. I don't know. Yeah, more water. They need a lot of water too. They need like 50-50. It's ridiculous. Oh, they are like amphibious animals. They can walk across the floor over a waterbed. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So placing the gate down. I moved it later. Yes. So safari habitat. Lots of gate placing. You can actually increase the length of the gate, but that made it look like, well, blocky. So I just put effort into it. So for the buffaloes, there's gonna be water buffaloes and antelopes in there, and they only need a chain link fence. But in the beta there was a bug with mechanics not repairing barriers. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I'm just not a very good zoo manager, but still, I had some troubles with barriers breaking down and animals escaping, and even animals escaping without barriers breaking, like little babies or war dogs through glass. But I guess that's a bug too. I really hope they fix them in 2 months. Yeah. So tomorrow I made a cinematic video of my park, and I think it looks. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. So I'm gonna upload that tomorrow. If you guys want to see that, well, hit that subscribe button and well, tune in tomorrow, right? So I think it's nearly done already, this video. So yeah, my little park, Mrembe Zoo. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And if you want to see more like this, and even like a bit more detailed stuff, yeah, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. I really appreciate feedback, and then I can incorporate that in future builds and stuff. So I guess I see you guys later. Bye bye.